A lot of people are online searching HempWorx and My Daily Choice looking to join. But before you join any team, remember, success likes speed. In fact, it loves speed. Wouldn't you like to join the fastest team in HempWorx? What are you waiting for? That's what the next video is going to be about. That's what's coming up, all right? Stay tuned. Hey, what's up everybody? It's Preston again. Welcome to my channel, Freedom Train TV. And if you haven't been here before and you want information on entrepreneurship and how to become financially free, that's what this channel is all about. So if I were you, I would press pause, hit the subscribe button, then jump back on. You did it? All right, good. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in today's episode, we're gonna be discussing the fastest way to grow in HempWorx. And who doesn't want to be a part of the fastest team in HempWorx? This team is the fastest team in HempWorx, and we are getting ready to hit as a company what they call critical mass, which means you got to move quickly because success loves speed. I got my partner Mike. He's going to elaborate about it, and he's going to tell you guys what to do to join this team. Take it away, Mike.
To level one, we also call this the HempWorx with an X. HempWorx Facebook group. This is where we're going to support you in building your business at the level one commitment level. Remember, there's 3 different commitment levels. We'll talk about that in a minute. Level 1 is the first commitment level where you're able to tap into our marketing, our support to build your business and to build your residual income with our help and using everything that we're using, but with the least expensive, fastest and easiest way to get up and running with contributing to the growth of the team and building your second leg. And remember, all you need is 2 legs to build a significant residual income. This is the post you want to study. You want to read all of this. I'm going to read it and then stop and kind of add more levels of substance and explanation to everything. But I do encourage you to read this as well on your own. I'm going to open that up. So it says, welcome to level 1 support. Click to see more. And actually it said continue. Sometimes it says continue reading. Sometimes it says see more. I don't know why. Click see more to open up this post. Watch the welcome video you're watching now and carefully read this entire post to get started right. So I'm just going to stop right there and just say it's really important always with everything that we're putting in front of you just to follow step by step. People have a tendency to get halfway through something or to kind of watch something but be distracted here and there, and then they come and they ask us questions. That's not going to be very effective. First of all, usually when you do that, the way you frame your question isn't clear, even if you think it is, because you don't know what's going on. It's really important to just follow the steps. Now, if you have a question after following the steps and attending to those and being really, focusing and understanding what's going on, fantastic, ask us questions. But I got to tell you, the only way someone can fail here is if they're not being mindful, like they're not actually following the steps. They read like this kind of haphazardly, and then they fire off a question, and the way they ask their question doesn't make sense, so they don't get a clear response. Follow the steps and you're going to win. I've made this really simple. I enrolled over 300 people in 90 days. I know what I'm doing. It's really easy. It's really, really easy for me. And I've broken it down. I put massive time and energy into breaking down everything that I do, and I'm giving it to you so it's duplicatable, so that you're literally sending the same emails. You're literally doing the same things I'm doing. So follow the steps, you're going to win. There are simple steps given below to get you plugged in, informed, and contributing to the growth of the team line, including your second leg. Remember, all you need is 2 legs. The sooner you jump in, the faster you'll be qualifying for residual income. And by the way, this first step to get up and running is really ridiculously simple to start contributing, to start getting pre-enrollees. And then you can start doing additional things to start adding on top of that, which one step at a time. Below, you'll find a review of each of the different commitment levels a person can participate with us in. Level 1, Level 2, Level 3. You're currently in Level 1. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. So if you want to grow faster later, you can upgrade and do that, or you can stay right here and leverage everything that we're using and grow at a nice steady pace. Each commitment level has its own Facebook support group with different strategies we use to build with. The higher your level, the more aggressive the strategies. So it's assumed if you're in level 1, you're financially challenged, you're on a tight budget. We want to make sure you can still participate, leverage this, and grow your income, change your situation, build the freedom lifestyle with residual income coming in. You can do that at level 1. But you will not have access, of course, to the more expensive marketing strategies because it's assumed that you can't do those right now. And that's okay. You can still plug in. You can attract other more aggressive business builders that can do level 2 and level 3, even if you're at level 1. Let me say that again. Using level 1, if you plug away, you're patient, you're doing it, it works, you're going to attract level 2 and level 3 people. And at any time, you can jump up to level 2 and level 3. Level 1 is super easy. I'm going to give you a step you can take today and start getting pre-enrollees and start growing. You will begin with simple methods that get you up and running immediately. It's incredibly easy. When the time is right, you can upgrade to level 2 to grow even faster if you want to. Level 3, often referred to as the pro level, is where we use the most advanced business building methods, allowing us to scale. That's where you can gain a lot of leverage with the same online strategy that 7- and 8-figure income earners use. Level 3 takes more time to set up, so we suggest you get comfortable building in level 1 and level 2 first. Then when ready, you can ask about level 3, which again we call the pro level. So level 3 is what I often use. And I'm using all of them. I'm using level 1 strategy too, but I'm also doing a lot of level 3. That's how I was able to bring in hundreds of people in 90 days. But you don't need to bring in hundreds of people in 90 days to succeed. I'm heading for $1 million a month income in this company within a few years. I need to help a lot of people succeed. I know a lot of people would be very happy with $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 a month. And so you don't need to get anything close to the results that I'm getting. If you want to make, $1 million a year or more, at some point you might want to look at level 3 or at least level 2. Start growing. So follow these steps. There are 2 series of steps below, so kind of 2 different things to focus on. The first is titled Start Growing, which is right here, and the other is titled Get Training, which is down here. Both are important, but we suggest you start growing first. So we suggest you focus on this first because you can get up and running today with this. Just remember to come back and do the training too at some point, so you know the basics from the compensation plan to navigating the My Daily Choice HempWorx website and the tools that you have access to. So a lot of times people will get going and then they start asking questions that are all really basic stuff that's addressed in here. So you definitely want to come back and do the Get Training. You can jump right in right now and get started, and that's where you should focus first. To start marketing with the easiest, least expensive, and fastest method, contact the person who referred you to us or check for a welcome email from them and find the link to a page that says at the top of it, Leverage Our Marketing. It'll get you up and running fast. So there's a page that says step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. It's really simple. It walks you right through it, and just within step 1 and step 2, boom, you're off and running sending emails I give you that generate pre-enrollees. But again, you need to get that link from the person who referred you. It's important you get that link from the person who referred you to us. If you were referred by Mike Klingler, myself, or Robin Lynn, you may have received this in a welcome email already from our support team. If you can't find it, contact your referrer and specifically ask for your first step to begin getting pre-enrollees. Okay? Real simple. It shows you a super easy method that anyone can and should start right away. Okay, so do that first, and in step 1 and step 2 of that, you're off and running, you're getting pre-enrollees, then you can come back here to get training. We have several Facebook support groups that serve different purposes, and while you may think you don't want to be in more Facebook groups, you do, because this is going to speed up reaching your income goals and serving the different needs that you have. So level 1 support group is one of them. That's the one you're in now, and is named HempWorx on Facebook. It's very important for you, so we suggest you pin it to your shortcuts list. If you don't know how, go to YouTube and say, how do I pin a group to my shortcuts? And it will show you. So you can find it easily when you need to. That just makes sure it ends up over here in shortcuts. You may also want to bookmark it and save this URL. So I gave you the URL that takes you right here. So save that somewhere, like whatever you need to do to know how to get back here, because this is a really important group for all of you. If you want all my support and everything I'm giving to make this really easy for you to build your business. This level 1 group is where Mike provides much of his ongoing level 1 marketing support. It's important you maintain your commitments to remain in this group. And guys, I can't stress this as enough. Like if you're on a winning political team, sports team, business team, and certainly here in network marketing, winning teams have commitments that they're held accountable to. And if you don't meet those commitments, you're not on the team. And it's not that we're being mean. It's just we want you to win. And we want to have a winning team. And so we're going to do things that ensure that. And so one of those commitments is being on 40 PV or BV auto order. Sometimes it's referred to as PV, personal volume. Sometimes it's referred to BV, business volume. It's the same thing. 40 BV or PV auto order, which is about $69 a month. So you're experiencing the products. And so we're duplicating success. And of course, you need to also be contributing to the growth of the team line, which you'll be doing by following step 1 and step 2 that I just talked about from the link that you're going to get from the person who referred you here. Get set up, start growing. You need to be contributing, you need to be doing something, and you need to be on the 40 PV auto order. All commitments were outlined in the comprehensive review, and I give the link here if you need to go back to that in step 2. So just to help you understand why this is so important, if you look at my organization, and this is actually pretty deep down, starting at Michael Glass, but you see all these people, and let me just kind of go up. When your business starts to grow from these processes, I'm just looking at my left leg here, all these people that are yellow, are in the business. If I'm not on auto order, then I can't hold people accountable to being on auto order. If it's not a high priority, and if there aren't advantages to those who meet those commitments and major disadvantages to those who don't meet them, then people will not be on auto order because it's not a priority. And then all of these people that you see who are in, they would be duplicating me not being on auto order. They would be duplicating it not being a priority. And what that would mean is about 10% of the same amount of business volume would be moved. It would mean it would take 10 times longer. So if it took 10 months for someone to get to a full-time income, it would now take 100 months instead. And probably even more than that because people would be so discouraged at how long it's taking to make an income. And this is what usually happens in network marketing. So understand, when we hold you to really high standards, it's because we are setting you up to win. And being on auto order and having that be duplicated and understanding that people who follow you, even if you don't realize it, even if you think you can hide it, people pick up on it. If you're not on auto order, it will make it take a lot longer for you to make an income and for the people you bring in to make an income. And that's why we don't allow anybody to be in this level 1 support group unless you're on auto order. Now, if you're in here now because you just enrolled and the team wasn't able to confirm yet that you're on auto order, if somehow you slipped in, they will remove you when they see that you're not. They're able to check that out. So get on auto order before that happens, because the more administration time it requires for our team to get you back in, to deal with all of that, the more delays that there are, just the more headache that it is for us and for you. So it's not something that, if we have to keep dealing with it, they might just remove you entirely. We can't babysit. We can't have a team that handicaps us in that way. We must have a team that adheres to the commitments. That's key for your success and those who come in after you. One of the biggest things that we're doing is breaking the habits that lead to poverty or to average income in life. And one of them is understanding the importance of accountability to certain things that lead to success. And if you're in a particular business or business model and there's certain things that those that are successful are saying this is what you have to do, successful people in every industry and niche anywhere, they do the things that the people who are successful are saying you need to do to be successful. People who struggle financially or who at least don't create an amazing kind of lifestyle financially, they are often pretty bullheaded and stubborn and think that they don't like to follow, and they think that they can get around it. And then they wonder why they're not having success financially in life, which leads to not having success in other things like freedom of choices and being able to do amazing things with your life. So I can't stress enough to be careful with being stubborn and be careful with thinking that you can still succeed circumventing what is required to be successful, and just follow a simple process and teach that and hold people accountable to it, and you're going to succeed here. Being on auto order is one of those things. If you're not on auto order now, go to products in your back office, look for a product that you want that meets the PV requirement. I suggest going to products first. You don't actually place your auto order in this section. I'll show you where to do that in a second. But this is where you can see the prices and the PV or BV. For example, if I were to look for something that was 40 BV, I might go to this relief cream, which by the way is a phenomenal product. I use it all the time on my neck. It is a major benefit for me. And I've heard that from others too. 69 bucks a month, BV is 40, so this would work. And again, don't set the auto order here. You can order additional products from this section. I'm just saying to use this section, products, right here, to scroll and click around and see which one you want to get. Another one that's 40 PV is this, the CBD oil. You can click learn more, full spectrum. 500 milligram one, 69 bucks, 40 BV, so that would count. Just so you know, I use the 750 and the 1500, which are a little bit more expensive. I use the 750 in the morning. It wakes me up, makes me feel fantastic, clear-minded. It's quite amazing. It gets rid of my brain fog, and I've heard that from others too. So you'd see this is a little bit more, 50 PV, so that would still qualify you. That's what I get for morning, and then for my serious issues, I use the 1500. So what I do is I have my 750 as one of my items on my auto order. I do well over 100 BV auto order. But I use the 750 on my auto order, and then I occasionally just additionally purchase the 1500 as needed, which I don't use every day, so only when I need it, and so I don't need to buy that one every month. But the 750, I do use that so much that every day that I need to have that on auto order. So go to products, look around, look for the ones that you want, and there are some special discounts. Like if you were to get the HempWorx Director Pack here, you can get a bunch of products for a lot cheaper. You can choose up to 4 and you save a lot of money. That ends up being 100 BV, so you'd be well over the 40 BV requirement, and it is 199, but you can try at least early in your business. It allows you to try different products at a major discount because it's in that pack. Something to think about. Now to actually, again, you don't set up the auto order in this section as far as I'm aware of. This is where I just look, or if I had to purchase a product one at a time, you set up your auto order over here under, let me see if I can find it real quick. Is it under my account? Yes. So you go to my account right here. Once you've looked around in the product section, you found the one you want to put on auto order, click on account, and then go to auto ship right here. And then here it's set up a little bit differently. You already know which one you want to do by looking in the product section, and you would scroll down and you would choose the one that you want. So if it was the HempWorx Director Pack, if you wanted to do what I suggested and get a lot of products for a few months at least on auto order at a discount, so you can start to experience the different products, which I highly recommend. They are all phenomenal, but you're going to come to really love a few of them if you do this. And that really gives you a lot of confidence in the business. It allows you to speak from experience about product benefits. I can't stress enough, the people who are most successful in this business, they took the time and invested to try the different products. And this is a great way to do that, is get on auto ship for one of these packs, because you get so much more product for the money. So if this is what you were going to get, you would click create auto ship right here, and then you would choose the day of the month and the number of pack. Now what we ask you to do, because it's going to be a big benefit to you and to us as your upline, helping you get to an income faster, it's going to be a big benefit if you set your auto order early in the month. So like the first day of the month, no later than the 5th day of the month. Here's why. When we are doing like incentives, Aaron Parker, one of our upline, that's another group you might get into, he has all kinds of incentives where he's giving stuff away. Personally for me, it's usually an incentive that has to do with me investing into marketing for your second leg to help you get a boost. And so I'll often announce some kind of incentive like, hey, those of you who enroll somebody this month, I'm not doing it right now, don't get confused, but I've done over 5 of these and I'll do them again. And I might say something like, those of you who enroll somebody this month, I'm going to put you into a marketing rotator. You're going to get a big boost, like I'm putting like $5,000 into this advertising rotator. Well, in order for me to know if you qualified to add you to that rotator, I need to be able to go to my database and search for who qualified. And if your auto order is set late in the month or in the middle of the month and it's earlier in the month when I'm checking, you won't come up, because until your auto order goes through, you're not qualified. And so you could just miss out on a lot of things like that, or many other things that we might be doing for people who qualify for different things, different leadership levels, or little things like I just explained to get into a marketing rotator. You just kind of get cut out of a lot of stuff if you're not qualified. and you won't come up as being qualified if your auto order goes in late. So something to think about. I strongly recommend, if at all possible, to set the auto order to as early in the month as possible. The first being ideal, the fifth being the latest is my suggestion. Again, we're not going to kick you out of the level 1 group if it's set later. It's just you might miss out and not even hear about a lot of promotions and opportunities that could have been a big boost for you if your auto order is set late. Because again, you won't come up in the database when I search for you or when other uplines search for similar things. Okay, so anyway, so you set the day of the month. In this case, you'd set the number of packs. In here, because I chose the director pack, you're getting to choose up to 4 different products that you want to have on auto order. So pretty simple process. If you have any challenges at all, contact the My Daily Choice HempWorx customer support department. During weekdays, at least in the US, I don't know about the rest of the world, but at least in the US, I always see a live chat where I can just, during working hours, where I can just contact them. It's really cool. They're great customer support. If you don't see that, or it's off hours, or if you're in a country that doesn't have that, because I don't know all the countries have that, then just contact their customer support through email or through their contact, and they're gonna be really helpful in helping you set up your auto ship. Just go down to contact us down here. Okay, so really important to set up that auto order. Set it up right away so our team doesn't remove you if you don't have it set up right now. Really, really, really important. Okay, so let's continue on here. Other important groups. So level 1's an extremely important group, but there's others. You should also get access to other upline Facebook groups, which have excellent training to support you in areas that I do not focus on, like corporate updates. Sometimes I push those out, but not as much. I'm really hyper-focused on setting you up to bring in pre-enrollees and convert those into signups, and to set up a system and process, let you use all my marketing, everything, to duplicate my success. I don't want to spend time on things that Upline already has set up training for, or notifying you about corporate updates and these kinds of things, because my mind isn't there. I'm like you, I'll get all that from them too. And I want you to as well. So you're going to plug into these other Upline Facebook groups to get corporate updates, notifications of events, to learn about the compensation plan. I'll talk about a little bit of that in my stuff. You'll see me do that, but just not at the level that they do. Navigating the corporate website and tools, which is really important, and other marketing training. A lot of these other Upline groups, they have fantastic marketing training that's very different from mine. That's like free. And they're giving you scripts, and they're giving you all kinds of things that can be really, really helpful for you. And if not for you being exposed to it, you'll be plugging your people into it, and it could be a life changer for them. They might find that they really connect and resonate with the way that training is. So we definitely want you to plug in to those other Upline Facebook groups. These other Upline groups are a great place to get questions answered on general topics that's going to come up for you. So people often ask me in my group a question like about the compensation plan, or about how to set up an auto order. These are things to get from the other Upline groups. Again, my groups are really hyper-focused on having you duplicate enrolling pre-enrollees, converting them into directors and executives, making sure that everyone understands the system and the process to succeed and start generating an income, all the basic general stuff on company, comp plan, how to use website tools, how to do basic stuff with the corporate site, product questions. These other Upline groups will be fantastic for that. So we suggest joining all 3 Upline groups that I share below, and remaining in each of those groups until you can narrow it down to just one, in addition to ours. You always want to be in ours. Or if each of the Upline groups serve a purpose for you, stay in all of them. I do, and I suggest you do. But if you're overwhelmed later, go ahead and drop out of a couple of them, but at least stay in one of the Upline groups that you like the most, because they're always going to cover stuff that's more general and fundamental than I will. There's no reason for me to redundantly do that. Each Upline has a different style of training. It can be helpful to immerse yourself in several Upline resources and styles of training until you are in full momentum. Let me turn this off here. Earning a significant residual income. So here's one of them. Upline Group 1, called Team Inspire by Jason Cardamone. Jason has a superb getting started training. You can request to join his group here. So you just click there, request to join. Once accepted into his group, look for the getting started training that he has, and I give you a direct link. You won't be able to access it till you're actually accepted. Upline Group 2, the Power Team, with Aaron and Kathy Parker. They're 7-figure earners. Aaron Parker and Kathy Parker have their own unique style of training with their own superb getting started training as well. And they have lots of high energy support calls. And because of their leadership role in the company, they often have updates first that you'll want to see, that you'll get from them first. In addition, they hold contests and cash giveaways that you might have fun with, where you can win money along the way. And those kinds of things inspire you to reach for goals that you might not have otherwise reached for. So it's actually kind of fun. So you can request to join their group called the Power Team here at this link. And then there's another one that I encourage you to join by Aaron Rashkin called CBD All-Stars. It's a little bit harder to get into. I'll explain. Aaron Rashkin is also your upline with exceptional training, but with a completely different style and focus yet again. I benefit from being in all three of these different groups, guys. He focuses more on training for your mindset and your warm market. So, but you might think, well, that's not for me. I don't want to do warm market. I want to do the stuff you're doing, Mike. Well, you never know. And you learn. And you also, when you get plugged into a resource like this, it means you're going to plug your downline into it, and you don't know what's going to turn them on and get them going. So it's pretty important to be exposed to it. And even if you think you won't want to focus on warm market, I just said this, it's important to get familiar with these resources and plug your team into them because other people might shine with his unique support. Each leader has their own style of training, so we recommend you request to join his group as well. Even if one of these groups that I've mentioned isn't ideal for you, it could be the perfect place for someone later you enroll on your team. But you wouldn't know about it, and neither would they if you're not introduced to it. Aaron Rashkin's group will take more time to join because his is a secret group, so you can't just click and go request to join. It requires that your upline adds you. Ask your upline if they are in Aaron Rashkin's CBD All-Stars Facebook group. If so, ask them to invite you. Okay? If not, if they're not in Aaron Rashkin's Facebook group, or if they don't know how to add you, ask them to contact your upline's upline. Like ask to contact their upline and keep going up the ladder of your uplines until someone upline can add you. So if your upline's saying they don't know anything about it or they don't know how to add you, ask to speak to their upline and so on and so forth. It's always good to say hello and proclaim your intentions in the business with uplines who are several levels up. So it's good to do that anyway. Don't contact our support team. Again, listen carefully. Don't contact our support team about being added to Aaron Rashkin's CBD All-Stars group unless I or Robin Lynn are your referrer. So if I'm your referrer or Robin Lynn's your referrer, then you can contact our support team, support@predictable-system.com, and they can add you. But if we're not your referrer, your direct referrer, go to your upline. Once you are in Aaron Rashkin's CBD All-Stars group, you'll be able to access his Getting Started training at this link. So again, I want you to get exposed to those three different uplines training groups. Choose the one that you resonate with most, and you can hone in on that one, but I encourage you to stay in all three for their updates and their unique style of training so you're familiar with it. I do. I benefit from it. It can be very beneficial. I suggest you look into each, I'm kind of repeating myself here, each of the three additional upline support groups I shared above and plug into their training so you get up to speed fast, leveraging their different training styles. If one resonates more than another, you can focus on that one for your go-to general support. Mike's groups, such as my level 1 group here that you're in now, are highly focused on online marketing. The other upline groups are focused on different topics that will still be very necessary for you. Okay, so we're also going to add you to some other groups that I lead that specialize in specific areas. For example, once you start marketing, which you could start today by getting that link I talked about earlier and starting with step 1 and step 2 that sends you into to get you up and running with getting pre-enrollees. Once you start marketing, which you can start today, we will add you to a group that supports you with the first marketing method. So it's really specific. It's hyper-focused on that method. Remember, your very first step to start marketing is to contact your referrer or find their welcome email and look for a link to the first step to begin getting your own pre-enrollees. Made it super easy. Your referrer gave you the link. If you can't find it, ask them for it. Okay, so now I just want to refer to these three different commitment levels. Again, you're in level 1, and it's talking about what that's about. You can read this section on your own. Then level 2, that's if you want to grow faster. And then level 3, faster even yet. That's for like the 7-figure earners online. That's what they use to promote anything. Their coaching programs, network marketing, you name it. This is how I was able to get 300 plus people in HempWorx in my first 90 days. Very powerful strategy, but it does take longer to set up. So we encourage everyone to start in step 1 and level 1 and level 2. Again, you're in level 1 right now. Important. If you do not have 40 PV, same as BV, if you do not have 40 BV in a month with My Daily Choice HempWorx, you lose your membership here in level 1. You would then miss out on key trainings and resources that help you build. This is why we require everyone in level 1 to maintain an auto order of 40 BV minimum. If we were not strict about holding people accountable to this, it would not be fair to team members who are meeting their commitments, and I assure you that the entire team would earn far less income, and it would be for more effort than when we hold people accountable to this, as I was talking about before. The best winning teams in the world in sports, business, network marketing, you name it, have high standards of accountability. You should thank us for being strict about this. It is the key to winning sooner instead of later. Follow the steps as I've shared them above and that I discuss in this video right now. And you are going to succeed, guys. I mean, it really isn't a complicated process. It's just a matter of who's too stubborn to do it and just whose mindset isn't aligned with success here and whose is. It's not complicated. It's a decision. I clearly know what I'm doing. I mean, I'm not boasting when I say that. I just want that to be really clear. 300 enrollments in 90 days. This is easy for me. Now it just comes down to who will and who won't decide to follow the duplicatable steps that I give you. You're sending the same emails, you're using the same methods. Like, I don't need to be using these level 1 strategies to generate leads, and yet I do them because I lead by example. Everything you're doing, I'm doing to create the results that I'm getting. I updated this on March 10th, but even if it's months later, it's still valid. I'll only update it when it needs to be updated. If you follow the steps laid out, you will excel, and by this time next year, you'll be in a completely different place financially. It doesn't need to take a year, but I just want you to really understand how significant and massive of a change it will be if you stick with this for a year. The residual income lifestyle is real, and it is available to you right here. It requires you follow a simple process, step by step. Following through is the key to it, and it's that simple. All right, guys, so that's basically it. Remember to get on auto order if you're not on it now. Make sure that people that you invite into this level 1 group who enroll at Director, make sure they're on auto order. And if they get off auto order, you're going to want to learn how to check that, talk about that later. And if they're not, you need to pull them out of the group. You need to be a little tougher maybe than you've been with people in the past that you invite to work with you. They could be consumers, you can tell them. They can buy the product. We encourage that. But if they want to build the business, they need to follow a system that we know is going to set them up to succeed. So we're not wasting time and we're not wasting their time. So we're a winning team, and being on auto order is a big key to it. Make sure you don't just hold yourself accountable to that, hold your team accountable to that, and you're going to do extremely well. Follow these steps. Remember your first step, really simple. Find that link that gives you your first step to get set up with generating pre-enrollees into your system to build your first and second leg as soon as today. All right, guys, I'll see you soon.
Rounds of applause. Thank you so much, Mike, for breaking that down. Not everybody knows what the game plan is. Hit that link below, hit me up, and as soon as you do it, the better, because people are just joining this team. I don't even understand it. It's like, it's out there now. Everybody knows about it, so do not be afraid to press that button, hit that link, and join and do all your due diligence. Get your questions answered and join my fast team, and let's get you guys financially free. Don't forget, you're watching Freedom Train TV, and I'm your man Preston. I will see you guys on the next video. All right, bang bang.